My friends, we have an ego problem on social media. And because of that, most of your videos are terrible. Most of your videos are awful. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how you could potentially fix all your videos in less than 1 second. Less than 1 second. It's not going to take 30 seconds. It's not going to take a massive setup. All it's going to take is less than 1 second to fix 99% of your videos. And this works for absolutely everything, my friends. This is going to improve all components of your life if you decide to make videos online. It's a simple fix. And look at me stretching. Look at me stretching just to meet the 10-minute mark on YouTube so I can make those sweet, sweet dollars. But I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to tell you what the fix is right now. You ready for this? Watch. You notice what I'm doing right now? I'm looking at the lens of the camera. I'm making eye contact with you, the viewer. I'm establishing a connection. This is what 99% of people do on social media, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. You ready? You see this? What am I doing? I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at the monitor. Right now, I'm looking at the actual monitor, which is looking at me. Why? Because my ego is massive. I need to satiate my ego by looking at myself. You might have somebody that's doing a beauty video or God forbid, a magician or somebody doing some sort of video on social media. And this is how they're addressing you by looking at the monitor, looking at themselves. They can't for 1 second take their eyes off of their stupid faces. And all it takes is this. Look at this. You ready? Look. Right there, personal connection. Impersonal, personal connection. It takes less than a second, my friends, and anybody could do it. All you need to do is stare at the lens. That's it. That's your audience. You're establishing a connection, my friend. Don't look at yourself, all right? You could look at a mirror later on. It's disgusting. I see it everywhere. And it's the number one thing that takes me off of watching videos is when you start looking at yourself in the monitor. Look at this. Look at this. It's gotten to the point where Apple is actually changing FaceTime so that it tricks the viewer into thinking that you're making eye contact with the camera. Look at that. How crazy is that? That's because even the AI techs at Apple have realized that it's an impersonal connection when you're looking at the actual monitor and not the lens itself. It's gross, it's negligent, it's disgusting, and it's the number one way to improve your videos in less than 30 seconds. That's it. That's the video. I really don't know where else to take it from here. I could show you some examples of people doing this where they look at themselves and it's just an embarrassing mess. But no. All I want to do is make sure that I improve you and your ability to make videos as simply could be. Boy, that was fun, right? Look at that. A welcome breath of fresh air, a video that gets direct to the point and doesn't meander on and try to get to that 10-minute mark, right? Isn't that a breath of fresh air? I really don't know where else to take this particular video. I really don't. Maybe I should have had a script. Maybe I should have laid something out beforehand. But no, that's the dynamic aspect of this channel, which is why you should subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. This is the sort of content you could expect. You could expect this sort of didactic, dynamic content where I could just go off script and just ramble and rant about things on a whim. You don't get this sort of intellect and humor with other channels. You don't get that. You get that here on Pigcakee. So make sure to subscribe. Make sure to do all the things that people do. Whew. Saw a hooker the other day. That's interesting, especially in COVID. I imagine the hookers were having a hard time getting through. Then again, I feel like if you're soliciting a hooker, you're not really caring much about infection and viruses. You're just trying to get a buck, pulling a trick, right? And I'm not talking about pulling a rabbit out of a hat. I'm talking about HJs and BJs. I can't really imagine a lot of people getting HJs going to a hooker. That'd be kind of a waste of time, right? You have to call them, you solicited them, then you got to go to the motel. You got to pay a $5 deposit for the remote. $5 deposit for the remote. Could you imagine the audacity? It's like going to a motel and having to pay a resort fee. I've done that before in Orlando. Booked a hotel, ended up being a motel, and they had the audacity to ask me for a resort fee. For what? For what? The vending machines, the pool? Are you kidding me? To pay a resort fee? It's a day's in. My goodness. But anyway, soliciting a hooker is difficult. And then I've heard some places don't even give you a remote. The remote is actually duct tape. to the nightstand. That's an interesting way about it. Could you imagine? Like they're fearing remote theft. You're gonna get your $5 back and steal the remote. Get a little bit of a discount on your stay. Oh, now I'm looking at the monitor. Now I'm looking at the monitor. I'm faulting myself here. I'm doing what I claimed I shouldn't be doing. Boy, talk about hypocrisy, right? Um, I guess that's as good of a place to end the video. Shower, shower.